Hey, how's everybody doing? This is Ken for the Information Nation, bringing you some more stuff. That's right, bringing you more stuff. I went out and I bought a Geeco, or Geeco, whatever you want to call it, VaperFlask. And it comes in a very nice presentation. Okay, here we go. Comes in a nice box. Got a little magnetic flap on it. And you get the mod here. Obviously, that's what I needed, another USB cable. And it comes with detailed instructions, which I don't know where they're at. They're around somewhere. I don't know where they're at. But anyhow, it's a nice mod. It's very well built. It has one drawback that I see, and we'll get into that in a little bit. The mod itself, very well built, very solid, very sturdy. Takes two 18650 batteries. What I would recommend is high drain batteries. I'm using the e-fast high drain batteries in here, and temperature control seems to work quite well. You can do it in either wattage or you can do it in temp control. Right now I'm running this at 40 watts. You can see that there. 40 watts, 500 degrees. And it works quite well. Great vapor, great flavor. This is my first, my first the first time I've been really using the temperature control. I mean, I do have this one here, which is a temp control device, and I do have this one here, the two that I got from Johnny English, which is a temp control device. But this is the longest I've used one because I finally got the nickel coils for the Kanger tank and put one in there. Made some homemade juice, and I'll tell you, it's best. It tastes better now than it ever has. I've got to give temp control that. It does do a good job, but let's take a look at the specs on this thing. It's 70 to 60 watts power, 200 to 600 degrees Fahrenheit temperature control. Does not have Celsius. Goes from 0.06 to 5 ohm resistance. It has a Geeco chip, or Geeco. It's not the DNA 40. It's constructed out of solid 6061 aluminum. It's a variable wattage device. It's, I don't know what revised stainless steel 510 connector. It's spring-loaded 510. We'll get into that in a little bit. Custom milled aluminum buttons. Micro USB charger, which I will not use. I'll throw my batteries on a regular battery charger and put two clean ones in there. Pass-through capability, which is nice if you're riding in your car and your batteries start to go dead. You can always put a USB cable on it and use it that way. Ergonomic design, well, we're not going to worry about that. Requires two 18650 batteries to operate. Use only flat-top batteries, and they recommend you use Sony VTC series batteries, which are sold separately. You don't get the batteries with it. Top-mounted OLED display, 22mm profile, black anodized finish, and the finish options you can get are either clear anodized or you can get black anodized. Now, obviously, I have the black anodized ones. Very nice. Got two buttons here. Got the one button on the side. So it's got three buttons, and a USB charger port is in the back. Why the heck? Boy, I get tired of that. But anyhow, like I say, nice device. Works quite well. Feels good in the hand. It's heavy. It is a heavy device. I would say, without batteries, this device is as heavy as the iStick 50. That gives you an idea of how heavy it is. With the batteries, it's even heavier, but it does do a nice job. Let's take a vape. What's really nice is I don't get any dry hits. And that's what temperature control is supposed to do, keep you from getting dry hits. Let's try this one. Vapor production isn't bad. I don't think it's as good as the iStick 50. Now, here's where the problem comes in. It does have a spring-loaded, but I don't know if it's the tank or if it's the mod. And the reason I'm saying that is my mods fit flat. See how flat that is? I mean, it's right there on the top. But on the temperature control device, especially these two, if you take a look, you'll see a gap. See the gap? If you don't get this set just right, it will not read the coil. And it won't fire. It won't do anything. It'll just sit there and look at you. And then you can look at it. And it'll look at you. And you can look at it. That's my biggest gripe. Now, it could be the tank. It could be that the 510s are a little bit long on the Ganger tank. But it does the same thing on this with a standard coil in it. If I screw it all the way down till it sits flat, it won't read the coil. That's my biggest gripe. Other than that, the temperature control seems to work quite well. The had a ton of battery life. I've been toking on this thing all day, and I still have about 3/4 of the battery left. And I've had it in temp control. And temp control, we know, eats up the battery faster than anything else. So, like I say, it's a nice device. And the thing that'll drive you nuts about it, it's $79. That includes your shipping, fees, everything, $79. Now, here's the other thing that's really neat. I order stuff from California, and it takes anywhere from 7 to 10 days to get here. I ordered this from Shenzhen, China. Halfway around the world, I got it in 4 days. In 4 days. That includes going through customs. Now, I talked to the DHL driver, that's who they use, and he says that they just have it down pat with how they get things through customs. So I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to complain about it. 4 days I thought was fantastic. So 4 cotton picking days, that's not too bad. Vapor production is decent. Taste is decent. I'll tell you the truth, as far as I'm concerned, they would have knocked it out of the ballpark except for the fact of that gap. You can see it right there. That's the part that I don't like, is this gap. Other than that, it's a fine device. It is a fine device. Would I recommend it? For the price? Probably. Would I buy another one? Possibly. It all depends on what else I'd have sitting around the house. But other than that, hey, you know me. It's my opinion. Hey, this has been Ken for the Information Nation, bringing you more stuff. I'm glad you could show up and watch the video. Please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, share the video with your friends, and remember, in the meantime, in between time, ain't we got fun? Have a great day. Hey, this is Ken from the Information Nation. I got an update for you, and I wanted to put it. I kind of missed doing it on the video, so I'm adding this supplement, whatever you want to call it. If you remember in the video, I talked about the gap right here where the atomizer sits. Well, there seems to be another problem with this that I just noticed, and the atomizer rocks. And depending on how you set it, it can rock quite a bit. It doesn't affect the device itself, but it doesn't sit tight. It looks like the 510 is loose, like I say. See it moving? And because of that problem, I cannot recommend this device until they get that 510 fixed, because I'm sure somebody will end up having a problem with it. I have been in contact with them over at Geeco. We'll see what they say. I sent them an email this morning, and we'll see what they've got to say about it, how they're going to handle the situation. I don't know if it's this particular mod that I got or if it's all of them. So we'll find out. But hey, just wanted to give you an update as to what's going on. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Have a great day.